Hello, Hamilton. It's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. I am your host, Bob Assadourian. Welcome to the premiere episode of Season 4 of the Just Ask Bob show on Cable 14. Appropriately, we kick off the shows with some well-deserved, heartfelt thank yous. First of all, for renewing us for Season 4, a big shout-out and a thank you to Gail Grenland of Cable 14, also to Linda Rourke, and also to James McMillan, and to all the good people that work very hard behind the scenes, whether it's on the camera, whether it's editing, and especially to the co-op students that all work together in harmony to put this production together. Thank you very much. And the viewers, Hamiltonians, who have allowed us into your homes once again for Season 4. Now, I want to stress the point of this show. This show has two goals. Number one, to empower you with the right DIY knowledge to jump in and do your own renovations with the right skills and the right tools that we're going to show you, demonstrate for you on every episode this season. Number two, if you absolutely will not or dare not tempt fate to perform your own maintenance, repairs, renovations on your own home, that's fine. I'm going to give you the right knowledge. I'm going to educate you and teach you how to protect yourself from all the rogue contractors out there in our city. Now, our city has, believe it or not, may come as a shock to many of you at home, Hamilton actually has a licensing requirement for contractors. Ask for it and verify it, 905-546-2424. So again, we're going to teach you how to do it, and if you absolutely will not, we're going to teach you what to watch out for, what to look into, references, credentials, how to make absolutely certain that the contractor you hire is the right one for you and your home. So in typical style, we're going to kick off the show with an email from a viewer. Hello, Bob. How difficult is it to install a bedroom door and a closet door, closet ones that are on sliders? Thank you, Bob, for your assistance. Amy from Ancaster, Ontario. Well, thank you, Amy, for generating these emails or phone calls, which becomes the basis of this show. Now, we've got some prompts we've worked very hard at putting together, so the first thing we're going to do is show you what tools and materials you're going to need to start changing or updating your bedroom doors, whether it's a swing door or the closet sliders. You're going to need shims. Now, if you pay careful attention, a shim has a thick side, a shim has a thin side. You put them together as an opposite, and you slide them across accordingly. So this will give you a buildup of anywhere to almost 1 inch. Right now, that's about 1 inch dead on. Right down to maybe 1/8 of an inch. So the shims are important. You're going to need a small square. This is very important in installing the door. Some screws, typically 2 inch. Tape measure, hopefully one that's a little better condition than Bob's. Nice tape measure. A marker or pencil. And before we kick off, big shout out as well to our sponsor, continuing into the 4th season. Very, very proud and honored to have the Home Depot sponsoring our show. They help out in whatever way they can with some of the products and some of the construction props that you see on this show. We've been working very hard putting together our construction props. Now, please be forgiving. We usually make them stiffer and stronger on our real job sites. Here we have a typical 32 inch door. This could be your bedroom, your bathroom door. Here we have a sliding door. So this is typical for closets. These doors are very, very easy to install. The instructions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very, very easy to install. Now, we have them already put together. Throughout today's program, we're going to deconstruct them and then reconstruct them in an effort to truly teach you what's involved as far as the skill set, the knowledge, and the tools. Now, these doors will only function correctly if they're level and plumb on both directions. Now, if you want to follow right into here, as long as the bubbles between the lines were plumb. Now, if you look the other way, because there's two ways to be plumb, your door will never operate correctly if it's not plumb and if it's not level. That's absolutely critical. So as we showed you a few minutes ago, we talked about the use of the shims. It helps to have a partner. So again, this is a great DIY project for husband and wife. Or you can get the kids involved in the work. Have somebody on each side passing the shims in, as we'll demonstrate in a moment. Now, we talked about the square. So again, please be forgiving. These are the studs of your wall in your home. This is the drywall. Your jamb must be flush. So that's where you're going to use this tool to make sure that you're flush. This way, at the end, you put your casing on. So everything has to work together. And the last step will be to install your lock. The sliding door, after we show you when we take this apart and put it back together, easy as 1, 2, 3. And these are gorgeous doors again. Now, you can buy these doors in the 6-panel. You can also buy this as a large mirrored door, which would look nice in your home as well. There's solid panels. There's a lot of different varieties. But again, it's about 6 easy steps. Now, continuing this season, I'm very proud to host and show you Bob's Bewares and Bob's Top Picks. Bob's Bewares, don't buy them. They're just junk. And Bob's Top Picks will outlast your home. Now, we've got a Bob's Top Pick here, which is the windbag. And no, that's not Bob. It's actually the windbag. And no, I'm not checking my blood pressure. Pump it up. And empty it. Now, you can use this to level your fridge, level your stove, level your washer, dryer. You can use this as a shim to raise doors and windows as you install them. Hundreds and hundreds of possible ways to use this at home. We're going to demonstrate this on a 4-foot level. Now, Bob's shop's pretty level, so we're dead on the bubble here. Now, we're going to put it in here and watch the level. Watch the bubble. This baby will shim and raise anything from 1/8 of an inch to almost 2 1/4 inches. And then press the release and down. Brought to you by the Just Ask Bob Show, the windbag. Very, very useful. Now we'll take a moment. The other half of the equation is Bob's Bewares. You know, different times of the year. I'm sure you may go away the weekend. You may take 1 week worth of holidays at home. We've talked about this in past shows about plumbing leaks or plumbing bursts. This is a cheap inferior fill line that would typically go between your faucets, from the shut-off valve to the faucet assembly, or for your toilet. Now, it's plastic. If this fails, you're going to come back to a really bad flood. This is nothing but junk. You want to make sure all your supply lines are flexible braided metal. The junk one's worth about $3. This is worth about $6. This is an investment worth gold in your home. We're talking about potentially thousands of dollars of damage if you're gone away, even just during the day or a half a day, never mind a weekend or gone for the entire week. While we're on that topic, though, another thing everybody forgets. Everybody, somewhere in your basement, you have that shut-off valve. That will depressurize and turn off the water to the entire home. Please, when you're going away for the weekend or for a week, turn off the main supply in the home, turn on a faucet anywhere upstairs, or flush a single toilet. Your water system is now emptied and bled. If a pipe bursts, if a soldering joint fails, if something happens, you're not going to come back to a flooded disaster. Up next, we perform the install.
And that is how you close a deal.
Well, it's getting late, huh? Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, I'll call you a cab. No need. I'm driving. Thanks again.
Drinking and driving should never be the elephant in the room. Share your responsible hosting tips at deflatetheelephant.com. A message from the LCBO.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, today Bob's showcasing closet sliding doors, bedroom, bathroom doors, and we're now going to deconstruct and construct them and teach you. We want to welcome Triple R's finest, our apprentice. Welcome, Andy. Good to see you. Get out of that doorway. Andy's going to help us today. Which one are we going to start with, Andy?
This one.
Let's do it. Go on in behind. Now, this door, before the break, we had the shims installed. We deconstructed it during break, simply released the shims. Now you can see there's nothing holding it in. Very, very important. As you install, you must be flush. You're going to get yourself at some point down the line, nice 3-inch trim, your door casing. You leave a little reveal, 1/8 of an inch, and you bring your trim across. Obviously, if you've got a rocky surface, you're going to have some strange trim going on. So, Andy, let's try to put this back together. We certainly had enough time putting it together, building it, and taking it apart. Now, we've got the screws ready where we're going to put the shims. Andy, you come in first. Skinny side in, always. Skinny side in. We've got the thick, we've got the skinny. I'll go back through. What do you think, Andy? Does that look like how we had it before?
Looks good.
I certainly hope so. We're on TV now. Okay. Hold both shims for me, Andy.
You got it.
Okay. Okay, let's try the bottom. Oh, there we go. Let's keep them close to the screw, though. Go lower. You always want your shims close to the relation of the screw. Let's go up, Andy. Show them the wrong way. You see where the shims are? No good. That hollow void is what you're filling in. Push in a little more, Andy. Okay, not too much. Now, we'll show you in a moment what happens if the shims are too much. You're spreading the jam. Hence, your door is going to bind. If the shims are too loose, the door will open too easily. Now, in this case, the gap's on the jam side. Andy, bring the door in. Hold not too much. Right there. That was much better. Okay, now let's see how the door operates. And this may take several tries. Binding on the bottom. Now we're going to loosen them. So this is what happens when you've over-shimmed it. The door itself is actually binding. Okay, Andy, let's loosen it. By a lot. Right there. Where are we binding now? The top? Push the top in. Okay, let's loosen the top. Okay, loosen the shims. Let's try that. Just a tad on the bottom. Okay, let's loosen. What do you think? Right there? A little more. More. That's it. Let's see. Still tight. Sometimes what you can do is add a screw on the other side. Let's see. There we go. Give it a little push, Andy. Let's see how the reveal is. You want to run your eye up and down the top. See, the lock's not on yet, so I'm having my helper, Andy, give us a little bit of a push. You want to have a nice, consistent, tight closing gap all three sides of the door. So again, as you've obviously seen with our multiple attempts, with the shims, you can either apply the exact amount of shimming to make your jamb plumb. So we're talking plumb side to side. If you overextend it, your door is going to bind. If you underextend it, you're going to have unsightly gaps top and bottom. So perfect project for a husband and wife, or even get the kids involved. One person shimming on the one side, the other shimming on the inside. As we showed you before the break, have a level with you at all times. Make sure you're plumb all the way around. Now, let's move on to the second door. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to deconstruct this and bring it out here and show you exactly how it's supposed to go together. So bear with me for the viewers at home. Okay, obviously the fancy side of the door, 6-panel. We have the rear of the door here. Let me show you what actually makes this door work. Here are the upper wheels. There's the slack in them. Those will go into the top track. Then we have the bottom. I won't call these wheels. One is, we have wheels and guide pins. So this is what tracks into the bottom. Now, this is an amazing project, again, for DIY users, for homeowners. A door like this is about $90. Good luck calling in a contractor. He's going to charge you probably $250 to $350 or more, plus HST to install the same door. In the instruction manual, this door is installed in 6 easy steps. 3 steps with pictures included. Flip the instruction manual over, 3 final steps. There's not a lot of parts. 1 door each side. We have an upper track, and we have a bottom track. Now bear with us, viewers. Bob didn't want to put a hole through his nice shop floor, so that track keeps moving on us. I want to take a moment also to explain the openings. In the case where you're framing and building this for your own home, this door always installs in what is referred to as a finished opening. This is finished. This is your jamb, 3-sided jamb, either a jamb or drywall. So these size specifications are for finished opening. Now this door is 4 feet. So if your opening is proper, you're going to have the proper overlap. If your opening is a little more restrictive, you'll have less reveal on each door. This door over here installs in a rough opening. So very important to understand the difference. This is a wood-studded opening. The jambs come pre-hung with the door. So rough opening, RO, otherwise known as, and finished opening. Now your track mounts to the floor. Your upper track mounts to the top. And the absolute only other step is to click it in. I'm going to tackle that now. It can be a little fussy. You have to have some patience. Now, as you can see the wheel, I'm going to click that into the upper track. A little bit of a push. That one is in. Number 2 is in. So you can see the bottom's free, and yet the door still operates. Okay, now we're going to click in the bottom. We've got the wheel. We've got the 2 teeth. This groove is for the outer door. This groove is for the inside door. Got to make sure you get that right. Get it in place. Apply pressure. Locked. Now I've got to do the same thing on the other one. Fantastic. We have everything working as it should. Very easy project for these slider doors. And again, remember, you can buy this in 2 glass panels. Full glass, 6-panel, 2-panel, straight no panel, whatever your heart desires. Up next, we're going to show you the difference in quality between a hollow door and a solid door.
I never had problems with alcohol, but when John lost his job and we had less money coming in, we started to fight. I started drinking, just to deal with the stress. Without my realizing it, alcohol took over my life. My sister suggested I look for help. I never thought that going to Alcoholics Anonymous would help at all, but I decided to try a meeting. Finding the courage to go to that meeting was the best thing I've done. I got help from people who know what I've been through. These meetings changed my life, and they're still doing it. Now I know I can live without drinking, and more importantly, I have hope. Alcoholics Anonymous. If alcohol is causing problems in your life, look for us. You can find us in the phone book or on the web at aa.org.
Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. For those of you just tuning in, the theme of today's show has been how to install bedroom doors, sliding closet doors. We've deconstructed them, reconstructed them. Now finally, in closing with the show, I want to teach you the difference in money spent versus quality. Now, at quick glance, both these doors appear exactly the same. We've got a 6-panel interior bedroom or closet door. We've got a 6-panel interior bedroom closet door. Mind you, obviously, one's wider than the other. That's because of the door opening. Now, the big reasoning is this door, pre-hung on the frame and jamb, is about $69 at the Home Depot. This door, including the frame, the jamb, is approximately $179. Now, why, you ask, what is the difference? This door is a solid core door. This door here is a complete hollow core door. Very typical from the Hamilton builders, or probably for that sake, any builder in Ontario. Now again, hollow core, there's nothing here. Nice. Now, do not try that at home. I am trying to prove a point today, the difference between hollow core and solid core doors. Again, to our Hamilton viewers, don't try this at home. Leave it to a professional contractor. We're tough as nails. Now, let's see what this door is made out of. There you go. Nobody, and I mean nobody, demystifies the process like Bob on the Just Ask Bob show. Let's see what this door is made out of. You know, even for $70, even for $49.99 on sale, this is cardboard. This is paper. Biggest problems with these doors, especially when installed in basements, you note the door has a perimeter of wood. Now, when you cut the bottom of the door, most contractors or homeowners forget that when you cut the door, you have to reinstall the piece of wood that came at the bottom, but not a very sturdy door. You know, as you see in our fist practically, well, literally, looks like we went through both sides. Not the best of quality. Now, let's see what's going on with this one. Now that's the door I want in my house. That's the door you should want in your home. I believe this door also has a higher R rating for fire. There's a little bit of a higher resistance for fire spreading room to room, and it's solid. I wouldn't dare punch through this one. But again, you're looking at about double the dollar value. So the way I like to illustrate it is, as I said this many, many times on the past 3 seasons, when you cut the crooked and overcharging contractor out of the equation, you've now saved potentially 60 to 70% of the quotation for the job. Yes, contractors charge a lot more for labor than they do for materials. So take that money, reinvest it into yourself. Buy the best insulation to keep your home warm. Buy the best type of doors to install in your home. Ideally, a smart, energy efficient home, you can cool it with an ice cube in the dead of summer, and you can heat it with a candle in the dead of winter. Save your money, reinvest it into heat savings, reinvest it into a better kitchen cabinet, higher quality roofing shingle. You're saving a lot, you know, by empowering yourself to try to take on these projects. And we do our best to illustrate small, medium, and even at times large projects. Please visit us on the net, www.justaskbob.com, the largest home improvement database on the net, period. Fast forward, pause, rewind, learn at your own pace, Hamilton. We have over 120 shows on the internet. We have our 3 seasons of our half-hour show, and we have dozens and dozens of segments from Hamilton Life. On a final note, new for this season, continuing from the past, but we kick it off today on show 1. We're having a Facebook contest for our DIY meet and greet Bob and have him kick off a little to-do project in your home. Find us on Facebook, Bob Assadourian, Just Ask Bob. Again, that's Bob Assadourian, Just Ask Bob. Find us on Facebook, and we want interesting topics. We don't want to just know why or what the renovation is. We want to know what went wrong, why it's not getting done, all the details behind it. Like us on Facebook, put the submissions on Facebook. By the end of the season, we're going to pick a winner, and we're going to come to your home with our apprentice, so we're going to try to kick you off in some small projects. Thank you again. Until next time, Hamilton.